Greetings fellow Whovians and welcome to Timey Wimey Review and another edition of Rumour Roundup, where I look at all the latest news, gossip and rumours from the world of Doctor Who. So please hit the subscribe button, that will really help out this channel. Let's begin with today's announcement, big announcement, as a tie-in to the 60th anniversary with this multimedia series called Doctor Who Doomsday. We got this press release from the BBC, which is saying that launching later in 2023, this standalone trans-media series will allow Doctor Who fans to follow Doom, the greatest of the universe's greatest assassin, as she travels through all of time and space in pursuit of the Doctor to save her from her ever-approaching death. She only has 24 hours and a vortex manipulator to save herself before her fate is sealed forever. This new character associated with Doctor Who is going to be on multiple media outlets, starting off later this year on digital channels. So I'm assuming that means YouTube, maybe Doctor Who Facebook or YouTube channels. And then it's going to transfer into various comics and Doctor Who magazines. Big Finish Audio is supposed to be in a part of this as well. And maybe we might be seeing this character pop up in maybe series 14 of Doctor Who in the future. Who knows? But basically, the BBC are putting a lot of stock, or whoever's sort of behind this, are putting a lot of stock into this character to sort of traverse all through different media outlets, which is quite an exciting concept to go for. The character of Doom will be portrayed by comedian and actress Suze Kempner. I don't really overly recognise her work. I did quickly have a look on YouTube earlier this morning and seen quite a few of her sketches as well, and to be fair, she is quite funny. I'd say a little bit politically minded, especially the latest one regarding the Gary Lineker debacle. We'll move away from that one quite quickly, but yeah, you know, she is basically going to be this brand new character. Russell T Davies has put on the press release for this saying Doomsday is a huge new adventure for Doctor Who, for the whole Doctor Who universe, starring the brilliant and hilarious Suze Kempner as an intergalactic assassin. Her adventures will span across comics, audio, a novel, video games, stories, and more, expanding the world of Doctor Who into brand new territories. Beware the Doomsday, it's coming for us all. In the press release, Suze Kempner said, to be part of the Doctor Who universe, a British institution is up there with cups of tea and James Bond. It's surreal and amazing. I love everything about Doom and I can't believe I get to travel across time and space with her. Talking a little bit about this press release. First off, Suze, again, like I said, I've had a quick look at her work earlier today, and yeah, she is quite a funny comedian. So I think she would quite happily, I feel confident enough that she will look after this character quite well. What I also liked about Suze was I did see in the comments that someone said to her, oh, isn't that the same person that was in Love and Monsters? Referring to Shirley Henderson, who was Ursula in that Doctor Who episode, as well as being more famous for being Moaning Myrtle in the Harry Potter movies. And Suze replying back to that comment saying, oh, we get mixed up all the time. I thought that was just a little fun, humorous banter. But after all this big press release and the mystery surrounding Doomsday, we got a teaser trailer on the YouTube channel and Doctor Who Facebook page. That dropped at around 11 o'clock in the UK today. And I watched the trailer and I'm not going to lie, wasn't the best well-made trailer that I have seen. I was slightly disappointed, maybe for Suze. Basically, she was there, she was telling us about this character, but clearly behind green screen, and basically she was saying that time's running out and she needs to find the Doctor within 24 hours. I did like in the trailer that they dropped that she is a lesser order of the Oberon. A nice little sort of nod to the Grand Order of Oberon, the Great Orsini in the Doctor Who story Revelation of the Daleks. I like that little tie-in in there. I was thinking about that when I first saw the trailer, and then didn't hear it first time I watched the trailer, heard it the second time. So I'm glad they sort of tied that in there. But as a trailer as a whole, I did feel that it was just, it could have been a lot better. Now, I'm not expecting it to be given a massive budget for this big sort of, explosive sort of, like, I don't know, Marvel or DC type of trailer. But I think if you're basically launching something quite big, quite ambitious to span lots of various media, I felt that this trailer didn't do it justice. I'm sure they will go away and do something better for next time. But yeah, it really, just putting someone there in green screen. It looked like it was something that was made very quickly. Um, so yeah, I do feel a bit sorry for Suze Kepner being given that sort of task to launch this character, and this was sort of the launching point. All the press release and everything else was spot on, but this trailer was a bit of a disappointment. But end on a positive. Looking forward to seeing this character, and I will keep you updated, of course, right here on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel, as well as on Twitter Review Timey, and also the Timey Wimey Review page on TikTok. Let me know in the comments below, though, have you seen this trailer yet? Would you give it a thumbs up, thumbs down? Was you disappointed, or are you still looking forward to this whole new spin-off franchise for Doctor Who that is Doomsday? But let's move on to more spin-offs. I think this is going to be a bit of a spin-off themed rumour roundup for this edition, and something that caught my eye over the last 24 hours was a rejected idea for the Sarah Jane Adventures when that was still in production. Russell T Davies was speaking to SFX magazine about an idea that was rejected by himself from one of the writers, to involve none other than the Cybermen in a Sarah Jane Adventure story. Now, Russell T Davies went on to explain that Matt Jones, writer of Who's the Impossible Planet, once pitched the cyber invasion of Bannerman Road, and I was sat there thinking, what the Cybermen do is remove your brains and put them into metal. That's horrible. Russell went on to say, I don't think Cybermen fit 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think Daleks do. We were always dying to get the Daleks in there, but if Sarah Jane and a bunch of kids could defeat a Dalek, that makes the Daleks pretty soft. I just thought that part of the article was quite amusing and interesting, and quite rightly so. Cybermen, I don't think, belonged to the Sarah Jane Adventures. I think that would have just been a bit of a step too far. I thought the monsters that they did bring into Doctor Who lore, such as the Jadoon, Slitheen, and the Sontarans, worked perfectly in that scenario, and it didn't weaken those monsters. But I think the Cybermen, and definitely the Daleks, I agree with what RTD said, that the Daleks being defeated by Sarah and the gang would have been pretty soft. But I also think that would have been the same for the Cybermen. One spin-off that the Cybermen could easily be seen into is the rumoured Unit spin-off series. So it was reported last week that there's a potential spin-off for Doctor Who Unit, with Kate Stewart returning, Gemma Redgrave returning as Kate Stewart to spearhead this new spin-off series. So yeah, I think this is something that could definitely happen. It's nothing official yet. The BBC have declined to comment on these rumours at the moment. It is still rumours. Nothing official has been confirmed as of yet. But I think there's definitely it's definitely going to be on the cards that there's going to be a spin-off series in some shape or form. Obviously, we've got that with Doomsday now, but I think if they're going to launch a full-on Doctor Who spin-off, like we've seen before, like with Class as well, Unit is going to be the front runner. I think Gemma Redgrave is very popular as Kate Stewart, as well as Ingrid Oliver as Osgood. I'm sure she could make an appearance. I would love to see. The potential is so vast. Eve Miles could return as Gwen Cooper. We've got to see the sort of and sort of that tie in loosely with Torchwood as well. So you know, I do hope this happens. Again, I'll keep you posted right here on the channel if anything does official come out from the BBC about this rumour. But let me know in the comments, which characters would you like to see make an appearance in this potential spin-off series? Let's finish off with another rumour. Again, it's not going away, this one. The return of Stephen Moffat. It has been heavily rumoured that he's going to be coming back to write for Doctor Who for Series 14. Now, this was broken out again on the Daily Mirror, which I've just noticed that they put Stephen, as in spelt Phen, in the headline, but actually put Stephen and spelt it correctly in this article. So, in this article, it's saying that Stephen Moffat is set to make a sensational return to Doctor Who and write adventures for new Time Lord Ncuti Gatwa. Take this rumour as a pinch of salt, because this has been going back and forth for quite a number of months now, and you know, Moffat has denied it, but these rumours keep resurfacing. So from this latest article from the Mirror, a source has said Russell is on a mission to make Doctor Who great again, make it event television not to be missed, which is what it was for many years during his and Stephen's tenures in charge of the show. One of the ways he could do that is to ensure he has the best possible people writing for the program. He has nothing but respect for Stephen, for what Stephen achieved with the show, and was a fan of his vision as showrunner. He approached him about returning in just a writing capacity because he knows Doctor Who inside and out and has a brilliant imagination for adventures in space and time. The article went on to say he took some convincing, but the chance to contribute to a show he has loved since childhood and see it blossom in a new era with a new Doctor was just too much to resist. Now, would I like to see Stephen Moffat return just as a one-off, just to see what he could write for Ncuti Gatwa? Yes, I would, absolutely. And I can kind of see why these rumors are still persisting and why it wants to go, you know, and why it's just not going away. Obviously, with the thoughts of Russell T Davies coming back for a showrunner for the second time in modern Doctor Who, that is definitely unprecedented, and we are on in unprecedented times, basically in bizarro land for Doctor Who, with many people that could return, and we've already seen that with David Tennant and Catherine Tate, as I mentioned before in previous videos. And I would imagine, in terms of what the BBC are kind of wanting and what Russell T Davies is kind of wanting, and obviously a little bit of input from Disney in terms of them launching it onto Disney Plus. Obviously, they don't have the main say. Okay, they don't. They have no control on that. That's still all to do with the BBC, Russell T Davies, and Bad Wolf Studio. Just get that out of the way. But you got to be thinking, right, we want to relaunch Doctor Who into a brand new era. You know, keep aside what has been said about or hasn't been said about the Chris Chibnall era. We're launching a brand new era, heading it into the 60th anniversary and beyond. And I think that basically, just to relaunch Series 14, I think Russell T Davies will probably want, like I said, it said in the article, the best writers, and to make sure it goes off into a good start. So I imagine he wants as many safe pair of hands as he possibly wants. The one sort of concern I do have, however, is that I know that Russell T Davies will be writing the majority of the episodes for Series 14. I think there's like 8 episodes for Series 14, 8 to 10, I think. So if Russell T Davies is writing the majority, and we've got Stephen Moffat potentially doing at least one or maybe more, it's not giving much room for new writers to come in and put their say and their stamp on Doctor Who. And that's what it is all about. You know, Doctor Who is about change and evolving and going into different directions. It can go to any direction it wants to, with taking on any genre that we have seen for the past 60 years or nearly 60 years. So I want to see that again, instead of just sort of like relying on the old guard too heavily. Like I said, I do want Stephen to return. I'm very interested in see what Russell T Davies has to offer on a second take of Doctor Who with Ncuti Gatwa. But I think for series 15, I think they should really sort of like, obviously Russell T Davies will be the head writer, obviously, but it definitely needs new blood. It needs to sort of carry on bringing in that new blood, those new ideas. There is a lot of talented writers out there that just needs that break and needs that shot, and can probably are more than capable of writing for Doctor Who. So as much as I want to see Stephen return, I do want new blood going into Doctor Who even more. So that's the latest rumours from the world of Doctor Who. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts to all the news and gossipy rumours that have been featured in this video, especially your thoughts on Doomsday. What's your thoughts on a potential spin-off series of Unit? Which Doctor Who characters would you love to see in that potential spin-off series? And obviously your thoughts on the writers. Would you like to see Stephen Moffat return, or would you like to see new writers for Doctor Who in 2024 and beyond? Just before I sign off, a very happy birthday to Freema Agyeman, aka Martha Jones. Again, a character that I would love to see make a return in Doctor Who, or potentially this new Unit spin-off series. I think she definitely deserves another go around with that particular character. But nonetheless, I hope you have a fantastic birthday. And also, season 9 of Classic Doctor Who, that was released on Blu-ray today, right here in the UK. So have you got your copies yet? Let me know in the comments, because next time on Time Wimey Review, I will be reviewing the season 9 opener, the third Doctor story, The Day of the Daleks. But also you can check out on the Time Wimey Review YouTube channel, I do have a review for another story from that season, The Sea Devils. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Hit the cloister bell for more notifications. Come say hello and follow me on Twitter at ReviewTimey, and do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who content right here on the Time Wimey Review YouTube channel and also on TikTok. And as the good doctor once said, au revoir.